Hello everyone, this is lecture 14 of Python full stack development. In this lecture we will learn about scalar data types. So we will see what are the scalars data types in Python. Okay, so this is full stack Python training course. Here we will learn about scalar data types. Okay, so what is scalar data types? All scalar data types are immutable. All right, all scalar data type is what? Immutable. What is the mean of immutable? What is the mean of this immutable? Immutable means no changes. No changes. Okay, or we can say we cannot change the value of immutable object. If we have object which is what? Immutable, then we cannot change the value. We cannot change the value of object. All right, and if there is a term also called mutable. So what's the mean of mutable? Mutable means changes. We can do changes. Okay, changes is allowed in mutable. Okay, changes not allow. Changes not allow in case of immutable. So I hope you got the idea now what is mutable and what is immutable. All right, so we are talking about scalar data types. So all scalar data types are immutable. After creating object, value cannot modify, or after creating object, changes cannot be done. Okay, so for example we have a equals to 35. Okay, so a is what? A is an object. A is what? Object of which class? Of integer class. Of integer class. A is the object of integer class. Alright. So int is what? This object is what? This object is called immutable. Immutable. Okay. Immutable means we cannot do the changes. Alright. So this is the mean. Alright. So let's take an example. For example, we have a equals to 56. 56. A equals to 56. For example, in the memory, consider this is the main memory. Main memory. All right. So here 56 means the value of a block. The value of a is 56. And what is the address of a? 1000. Okay. We can say address of object, or we can say ID. ID of object. ID or ID, and we can say address. ID and address both are the same thing in case of Python. All right. For example, let me give you an example. For example, if we have a equals to 56, then what is the mean of it? A is what? Tell me, A is what? A is what? Object. Okay. A is what? A is an object. Object of which class? This is the object of which class? Class integer. Okay. So we can say what we can say? We can say A is the object of integer class. Okay, if there is a object, it also contains some space. It will occupy some space in the memory. For example, it is our main memory. Okay, what is this? This is main memory. So this is the what? This is the block. Okay, created by this A. For example, we have A equals to 56. Okay, so A will get some space in the memory. A will get some space in memory. Creating variable is nothing but creating a object. Okay, so object gets some memory in RAM. In RAM, object gets some memory. For example, this is A. The address of this memory is 1000, and the value of this block is 56. So A will contain what? A will contain 1000. 1000 is what? Address of this block. So it means A is referring to this block. Alright. For example, if b equals to 56. Okay, now please focus, now focus everyone. Okay, so now if we create object b is what, which class? B is of what class? B object is also belong to integer class. Okay, B object is also belong to integer class. All right. So, so PVM is what? PVM, PVM is nothing but Python virtual machine. So when we assign B equals to 56, B equals to 56, when we assign, so PVM looks for previously existing value. लाइक पीवीएम क्या करेगा? पीवीएम देखेगा कि 56 जो है ऑलरेडी एग्जिस्ट तो नहीं करता किसी मेमोरी ब्लॉक पे। तो हमने क्या देखा, ए की वैल्यू भी 56 थी, एंड बी जो हमने नया बनाया है, बी जो हमने नया बनाया है उसकी भी वैल्यू 56 है। तो इसमें क्या होगा, बी को अभी एड्रेस मिल जाएगा 1000 का। बी को भी क्या असाइन कर देगा? पीवीएम, पीवीएम इज व्हाट? पाइथन वर्चुअल मशीन। पीवीएम इज नथिंग बट पाइथन वर्चुअल मशीन। सो पीवीएम क्या करेगा, इस ब्लॉक का एड्रेस बी को भी पकड़ा देगा, बी को भी दे देगा। सो बी विल ऑल्सो होल्ड द एड्रेस ऑफ दिस ब्लॉक, okay, which is 1000. So we can also b object can also refer the same memory, same memory space. Okay, why pvm do so? Because अगर हम ज्यादा मेमोरी लेंगे, फॉर एग्जांपल बी के लिए हम अलग से मेमोरी ब्लॉक बनाएंगे फॉर द सेम वैल्यू, तो इससे क्या होगा, हमारा प्रोग्राम स्लो हो जाएगा, ये बहुत ज्यादा एफिशिएंट नहीं रहेगा। क्यों? क्योंकि ये बहुत ज्यादा मेमोरी ले रहा है। अगर कोई एप्लीकेशन बहुत ज्यादा मेमोरी लेगी तो बहुत ज्यादा वो एफिशिएंट नहीं कहलाएगी। तो पीवीएम क्या टेक्निक लगाता है, अगर प्रीवियसली एग्जिस्ट कोई वैल्यू होती है और हम न्यूली क्रिएटेड ऑब्जेक्ट भी सेम वैल्यू के लिए करते हैं, सेम वैल्यू के लिए बनाते हैं, तो वो न्यू मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट नहीं करता है। वो क्या करता है, वो ये एड्रेस को दूसरे ब्लॉक का साइन कर देगा। तो दोनों का एड्रेस सेम है, बी का भी एड्रेस यही है, ए का भी एड्रेस यही है। तो आपको एक चीज और नोट करना है, स्केलर, स्केलर डेटा टाइप्स, स्केलर्स डेटा टाइप्स आर immutable. Immutable means, immutable means not changeable, changeable. Okay, but the point is, the important point is, scalar data types are immutable but shareable, but shareable. What is the mean of this shareable? What is the mean of this shareable? Shareable means, as we can see, as we can see, we have, for example, b is what? B is integer data type. Okay, b is what? Integer data type. And here is a is what? Integer data type. So both are the different objects, both are the different object, and both are the scalar object, both are the scalar data types. Scalar data types mean immutable, both are the scalar data type. Okay, so what they are doing, they are sharing the same memory space. So a is also pointing to the 1000 memory location, sorry, b is also pointing to the 1000 memory location, and a is also pointing to the 1000 memory location. So a is what? So this memory block is what? The space, okay, which have some space, which have some memory address. So or b a or b sharing the same address. Okay, so this is the mean, this is the basic idea. So scalar data type is what? Scalar data types are immutable. Immutable means not changeable but shareable. So now you understand why shareable, because they can share the same address. All right, let's come back to our slides. Okay, so for example, here we have a equals to 56. So this is the value of 56 and this is the address. 1000 is what? Address of this memory block. Let's say we create v equals to 70. So when we create v equals to 70, v is nothing but an object of integer class. ओके, सो जब हम b इक्वल्स टू 70 करेंगे तो pvm क्या करेगा, pvm चेक करेगा कि 70 पहले से ही तो मेमोरी में नहीं पड़ा। अगर ये पहले से मेमोरी में नहीं पड़ा है तो क्या करेगा pvm, pvm एक नया मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट कर देगा। नया मेमोरी ब्लॉक कब क्रिएट करेगा? जब 70 मेमोरी में नहीं पड़ा होगा पहले से, तो एक नया मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट करेगा और उसका कुछ एड्रेस होगा, एड्रेस और वी कैन से आईडी। उस इसका आईडी कितना है 1000 है। इस ब्लॉक की वैल्यू कितनी है, इस ब्लॉक की वैल्यू है 70, एड्रेस कितना है कितना है 2000। वाई दिस मेमोरी एड्रेस क्रिएटेड, बिकॉज 70 इज नॉट देयर इन मेमोरी। फॉर एग्जाम्पल वी हैव c equals to 60, we have c equals to 60, so 60 is also not there previously, c is not, c is also not exist previously. So what pvm will do, what pvm will do, pvm create another memory space for 60, so it have 5000 address and the value of c is 60. All right, so for example we have c equals to 90, so what we have, c equals to 90. All right, so the other memory block will create, other memory block will create. Okay, so what is the address of this memory block? 6000. 6000 is the address of this memory block. All right, so previously, so what happened here, what happened here, now look everyone, what happened here. Previously c referring to the 60 value. Okay, previously c referring to this block memory address like 5000, but when we assign this c equals to 90, so what happened, सी का जो वेरिएबल था उसने इसको रेफर करना बंद कर दिया 5000 को, मींस इस ब्लॉक को रेफर करना बंद कर दिया और किसको रेफर करना लग गया, इस वाले ब्लॉक के एड्रेस को। तो सी अब किसको करने लग गया रेफर, 6000 को। सी किसको करने लगा, 6000 वाले एड्रेस को, यानी कि इस मेमोरी ब्लॉक को। तो फिर जो गार्बेज कलेक्टर होगा, पीवीएम क्या करेगा, ये जो खाली पड़ा हुआ है मेमोरी, इसको रिमूव कर देगा। ऑलराइट, गार्बेज कलेक्टर इसमें। So this is the concept. Now we will see how to find ID or address of object. How we can find ID or object. How we can find ID or address of a object. We can say ID or we can say object. For example, whatever we create, like if we create integer object a equals to 35. Okay, so this object is what class, integer class. So when we assign a equals to 35, so a object created like this. So this in memory, okay, this will create in memory. So if it is creating in memory, it must have some address. So like address is 1000. Okay, so what is the value of this block? 35. Who will refer to this block? Who will refer this block? Referring block is nothing but referring memory address. So a will follow this memory address. Okay, for example, now we have a equals to 45. So what will happen, what will happen, now new memory block created by the pvm. Okay, so now new memory block will created by the pvm. The value of this 45 address is 2000. All right, so previously a was referring to this block, but now a will refer to this block. So now value will replace from 1000 to it will become 2000. Instead of 1000 it will follow 2000 memory block address. All right, so this is the concept. Every object in memory is identified with unique number called id or address. This id or address is generated by pvm. So id or address कौन generate करता है, pvm. Okay, so this object also have some id. id is nothing but address of the memory block. And who generates this address, who generates this address of memory, pvm. Pvm is what is pvm? Pvm nothing but python virtual machine. pvm is what, python virtual machine. All right, address of object is find using id function. With the help of id function we can easily find the with the help of id function we can find the address of the object. Okay, so you understand what is object? Object is nothing but creating a block in the memory. Okay, so for example, let's take an example. Let's take an example now. All right, let me open the python IDLE. What is the full form of IDLE? IDLE, integrated development learning environment. The full form of IDLE is integrated learning environment. All right, everyone. So for example, if we have a equals to 60, if we assign a equals to 60, a equals to 60 means a is what? Literal. And this is what? This is operator, assignment operator. And this is what? Object. Object of which class? Object of integer class, right? So this object is created. Okay. So when this object is created, so let's try to print a value. When we print a value, 60 will print. So this object, this a object also have some ID, or we can say address, because if this object created, so it must have some ID or address in order to recognize this memory block in the memory. Okay. So how we can check the ID? So when we write ID of a, so it will print some ID. So this is the memory address, or we can say this is the ID of this object. Alright. For example, if we assign b equals to 90, for example, we assign b equals to 90. So what is the ID now? What is the ID? So ID is, let me print ID 90. Okay. So we have different ID. Previously, this object containing different ID, nothing but different memory address, and this b equals to 90 having some other memory address. All right. For example, so this is how we can check the ID of the object. For example, if I, what I will do, if I, okay, wait, if I write a equals to 80, if I write a equals to 80, and now I will check the ID of a. ID of what? ID of a. All right. So ID of a is this. Okay. So ID of a is different. All right. So for example, wait, so a equals to 80. When we print a equals to 80, a equals to 80, when we print a, so a value will render. And what is the ID of this object? So we have some ID of object, because whenever we create any object, whenever we create any object, okay, so it have what? Object have ID, or we can say address. Both are the same thing. ID and address both are the same thing. Okay. So here is like immutable objects are shareable. Immutable object is what type? Shareable type. Shareable means, like previously I gave you example. For example, if, let me give you example again. Okay. Please understand this concept. Okay. With focus. Alright. For example, if I create a equals to 20, so what will happen? What will happen? For example, we have this memory block. In the memory, a will take some various, a blocks take some memory, okay, and it have some address like 1000. For example, so what will happen? A object will refer this address of the memory block. This memory block address A will refer. For example, if I create B equals to 20, so new block will not create, because 20 is already exists in the memory. 20 value is already exists in the memory, so no new block will not create for the 20 again. So what will happen, instead of creating new block, we will also refer the address of previous memory block. So B is also refer this block, and A is also refer this block. This is the mean of shareable. Immutable means no change, and shareable means sharing the same memory address. Alright, this is the thing. So let's take an example again. So A equals to 10. So this memory block is created, and the value of this memory block is 10. And what is the address, or we can say what is the ID of this object is 1000. Alright. For example, we have 20, b equals to 20. So again, new memory block is created, and the value of this memory block is 20. Alright. So if memory block is created, it must have some ID, or we can say address. So it has address 1000. It has address 1000. Let's say we created value c equals to 20. Okay, but 20 is already created. 20, the memory block having 20 value is already there. So what will happen? So new memory block will not create it. What will happen instead of creating new memory block? This C block, what C block do? C block refer this 1000. Okay, C block will refer to this 1000 memory block. Okay, and if we have C equals to 40, if we have C equals to 40, so what PBM will do now? PBM will check whether 40 values exist in memory block. So here we don't have 40, here we also don't have 40. So what compiler will do, PBM will do, PBM create a new memory block having new memory address. Okay, so previously C was referring to this object. Now it will not refer this object anymore. C will refer to this object. So the value of C is 3000. So C containing the address of 3000, which means C is referring to this memory object. All right, all right. If you want to show the address of this block, this memory block, what is so address is what? Address is nothing but ID. So how you can see? You can type ID function, and under ID function you can pass argument C, and this will display the address, or we can say ID of the memory block. All right. So for example, we have x equals to 10. We have x equals to 10. So what happened here? For example, this is our memory. Okay. And one block is created which containing 10 value. Okay. And it has some address like 1000. So x will refer to this 1000 memory address. Okay. This address x will refer. So again, y equals to 10 is created. So new memory block will not create. What will happen? Y will refer to the same memory address, because integers are what? Scalar data types are what? Immutable. Immutable means no changes. Immutable means no changes. Immutable means no changes. We cannot do changes. But immutable objects are shareable. We can share. We can share the address of memory block. Alright. So y will also refer what? This memory address. For example, z equals to z also have 10. Z value z equals to also 10. So what will do? Z will also follow the same memory address. Okay, z will follow the same memory address. Alright. So as you can see, when we check the, for example, let's perform some demo. Okay, let's execute this, whether it is giving the same output or not. So open IDLE. IDLE is integrated development learning environment. Okay, for example, we have x equals to, okay, so what we have, x equals to 10, and y equals to 10, y equals to also 10, and we have z equals to 10. Okay, when I print x, so 10 value will print. When I print y value will print. When I type z, then z value is print, which is same. Okay, now I will check the id of x. All right, I will check the id of x. So what is the id? This is the id of x. Okay, now I will check the id of y. So what is the id of y? Now see, the address of x is same as the address of y. Okay, so the address of x and address of y is same. Why this is same? Because immutable objects are what? Immutable objects are shareable. Immutable objects are what? Immutable objects are shareable. It's mean x is following the same address, y is following the same address. Now talk about z, because all the variables x also have same value, y also have same value, z also have same value. So only one block created in the memory. Okay, but in other languages, we need to create, the compiler will, or we can say, अगर हम कोई दूसरी लैंग्वेज यूज करेंगे तो उसमें क्या होगा? तीन मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट होंगे. बट पाइथन क्यों एफिशिएंट है? बिकॉज पाइथन में एक ही मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट हुआ है और तीनों को उसका एड्रेस मिल गया. So this is how we can use memory efficiently. For example, let's say let's check for Z. Okay, For example, when we check ID of Z, so Z is also referring to the same memory block address. Okay, Z also have same ID. See here, everyone. Okay, so I hope you got some idea now. All right. So, for example, for example, I have I have p equals to 5 plus 5. I have p equals to 5 plus 5. So what is the value of p? When I type p, what will happen? 10 will print. Okay. So p also have some ID. P also have some ID. So now question is, how many variables and objects are created in the following code? The question is, how many variables and objects are created in the following code? For example, if we have a equals to 10, b equals to 20, c equals to b minus a, and d equals to a plus c. So एवरीवन, अगर आपको प्रीवियस वाला कंसेप्ट क्लियर है तो आप एक नोटबुक या कुछ पेपर लेकर इसको चेक करके देखिए कि कितने ऑब्जेक्ट्स क्रिएट होंगे, है ना? तो अपने आप से ट्राई कीजिए इस चीज को। लेट मी शो यू। तो मैं आपको दिखा देता हूँ, वैसे तो आप समझ ही गए होंगे, लेकिन आई विल टेल यू ऑल्सो। ओके, फॉर एग्जाम्पल व्हेन we have a equals to 10, so a memory block will contain, the value of memory block is 10, the address may be 1000. Let's consider. Okay, so a memory block is created. For example, if we talk about b equals to 20. Okay, so other memory block will create having value 20 and having some address like 2000. Okay, when we performing b minus a, so what's the value of b? What is the value of b? 20. What is the value of b? 20. And what is the value of a? Is 10. So when we perform a minus b, so what is the value of c now? C value is what? 10. C value is 10. And what is the D value? D value is A plus B. Okay. D value is what? A plus C. So C is 10 and A is 10. So 20. Okay. So A block is created and 20 block is also there. So C block. Alright. So what I'm saying here. So A is follow the memory block of 1000. This memory block, because A value is what? A value is 10. So it will follow like this. And B object refer to the 20 block memory address. So here is the value of 20 and the address is this. So we will follow this address. Okay. तो C की वैल्यू कितनी है? C की वैल्यू 10 है, तो C के लिए नया मेमोरी ब्लॉक क्रिएट नहीं होगा, नया मेमोरी ब्लॉक नहीं क्रिएट होगा। C क्या करेगा? C की वैल्यू 10 है, तो 10 वैल्यू ऑलरेडी मेमोरी में पड़ा है, तो C क्या करेगा? इसी के एड्रेस को रेफर करेगा। ओके, एंड D की वैल्यू कितनी है? 20, तो 20 वैल्यू इज ऑलरेडी देयर इन द मेमोरी। So what will happen? D will also the or D also will refer 2000 memory block like this. All right, I hope you got the answer. So how many variables and objects are created in the following code? So variables are what? 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 variables are created. Okay, how many memory blocks are created? So two memory blocks are created. Two blocks created. Okay, so now you got the answer. All right. Now move forward. Okay, base conversion function. Base conversion function. Python provides three base conversion function: octal, hexadecimal, and binary. This is return the octal representation of integer. Octal function return the octal representation of integer value. Hexadecimal return hexadecimal hexadecimal representation of integer, and binary returns binary representation of integer values. Okay, for example, if we have a equals to 12, when we type a, so a value will print. For example, when we write win a means what? We want to see the binary value of a. So when you type win a, so the binary value will display like this. Okay, And if you write hex and in bracket in hexadecimal function, when you give the argument a, so hexadecimal value will print. So what hexadecimal is? A to 9 and A to 0 to 9, sorry, 0 to 9 and A to F. So A means what? 10, B means what? 11, C means is 12. Okay, so what is the integer value? 12. So what is the hexadecimal equivalent is C. So this is how it is printing C. 0 or B representing, this is the prefix for us to know this value is in decimal, octal or binary. So 0b represent binary. All right, 0x represent hexadecimal value, and o represent the octal value. So what is the octal equivalent of this? 40. All right, and for example, if we create a variable with octal value, 0x is what? Hexadecimal. 0x is what? Hexadecimal. If we assign c equals to b equals to b equals to b equals to 0x. 0x means hexadecimal value, prefix for hexadecimal value, and c. What is the code of c? What is the value of c? 12. So when we type b here, the 12 value will print like this. All right. All right. So what is the binary equivalent of 12? So binary equivalent is 11. 1 1. Sorry, 1 1 0 0. This is the binary equivalent. And this is what B0B is what? Prefix to show for integer binary representation. Okay, like this. Now we will see float float data type. Float literal or value. Float literal or value is represented in Python using float data type or class. Okay, if we have float value, for example, a equals to 1.5, this is what? Not integer type value, this is float type value. Okay, so this object refer to what class? Float class. It will refer to the float class. Okay, or we can say a is the object of class float. All right, float values. Float value is a numeric value with fraction part. So this is a numeric value with fraction part. All right, this size of float data type is 8 byte. Okay, so I will tell you for your information, integer can hold unlimited number of value, but float cannot hold unlimited value, because float have some limitation. Float have some limitation, but integer don't have limitation. Float can contain only 8 bytes of memory according to ANSI. ANSI. Okay, according to the ANSI standard. ANSI provides some set of rules for float value representation. Okay, so maximum 8 byte float can contain. Okay, finding information about float data types. Finding information about float data type. For example, if you want to check how much maximum value float can take, so what you will do? You can check like this. You need to import a library, sys, okay, system library. Then you can check the information about float, right? Right, like this, sys dot float underscore info. Okay, and you will get this much of information. Like float contain this much of value. Okay, so what is e here? What is e? E is nothing but e is equivalent to the 10, and e plus 3088. So what does it mean? 10 to the power 308, this much of number. All right, so e is what? Exponential. The value of e is 10. Okay, if I write e plus 2, so it's, what is the mean of it? Means 10 to the power 2. All right, so this is the basically mean. If I write e minus 2, what does it mean? It means 10 to the power minus 2, or we can say 1 upon 10 to the power 2, or what we can say 1 upon 100. All right, so this is the mean of e. E is nothing but exponential. All right, let's consider an example. So a equals to 1.5. 1.5 is what? floating point value. Okay, when I type a, it will print the a value. Okay, so what is the type of this? So this a object is float type class. Okay, if I write a equals to 1.5, so a is what? 1.5. Type is float. All right. So for example, if I write 1.123, 123, 123, 123 like this, so on, like 9 or 10 times. Then I print b, so the value will print like this. So can you see some values are reduced? Can you see some values are truncate from here? All right. So if you will assign large amount of value, so the value will truncate. Okay. If c equals to this much of value, when you print c, what happened? What happened? Some value will truncate because what? Float have some limitation. Float have what? Limitation. It can only hold 8 bytes of data. Okay. If you assign more than 8 bytes of data, it will truncate the value, or we can say round off the value. So float value is represented into two formats or notation: fixed notation, or fixed format. Number two is scientific notation, exponent notation, or scientific format. Okay. For example, if we have f1 equals to 12.456, when I print f1, so it will print the value. Okay. When I write f2 equals to this much of value. Okay. Here e minus 3 is nothing but 10 to the power minus 3, or we can say 1 upon 10 to the power 3, or we can say 1 upon 1000. Okay, so this is the mean of this value. Okay, so what will happen here? For example, 12, 4, 5, 6, e minus 3. Okay, so minus 3 means 12, 4, 5, 6 upon 10 to the power 3. Okay, so when I calculate this, so it will become 12.456. All right, so this is how this works. So this is how the value will present. All right, so for the same e to the power e2 means 1 2 3 4 upon 10 to the power, sorry, multiply 10 to the power 2. Okay, when we multiply, it will become 123.4. This would be an answer. Okay, so point will shift here. Why? Because we are multiplying with 10 to the power 2. 10 to the power 2 is nothing but 100. Okay, so it will shift two digits after 2 digits. All right. So in scientific notation, okay, in scientific notation, one special character used in float value called e. The value of e is 10. So what's the value of e? 10. A equals to 1 point something and e plus 308. All right. So 3 e plus 308 means e to the 10 to the power 308. All right. So when I print a, so this value will print. For example, let's take an example. B equals to, we have some values. Okay. So we have some values like what I do here. I increase one bit. I increase one number 308 to 309. So it will give infinite. Okay, so b value is infinite. All right. So if I write c equals to this much, c equals to 0, b, this is what? Binary value. Okay, so can we represent binary value in float? No. So it will give incomplete input d equals to 0 x a b point a. All right. For example, we are giving hexadecimal value here. And if we assign value like this, it will give incomplete input error. and we write, if we assign hexadecimal value in floating point, so it will also give some error. Okay, like this. Now we will see complex data types. Complex data types or class is used to represent complex numbers or literal. Complex number is having two values, real and imaginary. Complex number have two values. For example, if we talk about complex number, so we have two parts in complex number. One is real value and other one is imaginary value. Okay. For example, if I write 1 plus 2j. Okay. In mathematics, we use 1 plus 2i. I represent imaginary part, but here 1 is real part and 2j is nothing but imaginary part. 2j is what? Imaginary part. Alright. So for example, we have c1 equals to 1 plus 2j. 1 plus 2j means the complex value. Alright, when I print c, so the value will print like this. When I will check the type of this, so this belongs to the complex class. When I want to see the real part of this value, so I will write c1 dot real. So it will present the real part. Real part is what? 1. Okay, it will represent 1. Okay. So if I type image c1 dot imag, which is nothing but imaginary part, so it will show the imaginary value. What is imaginary value? Is 2j. So 2j means 2.0. All right. When I write c2 equals to 2j, c2 equals to 2j, when I type c2, so it will print 2j. Okay, when I check the type of this, so this is the complex value. So 2j means we have only imaginary parts, or we can say 0 plus 2j. So real part is what? 0 and imaginary part is 2. So when we check the type of C2, it will print us complex data type, complex class. It belongs to the complex class, and we will check the real part. So real part is 0. When we check the imaginary part, so imaginary part have 2.0. All right. When we write C2 equals to C2 dot real equals to 1.1.0. Okay. If I write like this, so it will give error. If I write like this, it will give error. All right, we cannot assign like this. You can see here. For example, we have bool data type. In this data type is used to represent boolean value. So we have another data type is called boolean data type. So this data type is used to represent values, boolean values. In Python, boolean values are represented using two keywords, true or false. Okay, true is what? True is also a boolean value and false is also a boolean value. Example, a equals to true. Okay, when I type a here, so true will print. What is the type of a? Is boolean. If I write b equals to false, when I print b, the false will print. Okay, when I check the type of b, so it is boolean. For example, c equals to 1, so c will print 1. When I check the type of c, so type of c is integer. For example, if I say 10 greater than 2, so is it true or false? So when I print d, it will say true. Okay, we have another data type which is none. We have another data type which is none. None data type represent none value. Okay, none data type represent none value. In Python, none is represented as missing value, or we can say no value. If there is no value, then we can use none data type. For example, let's take an example. Roll number having value 1, name. If we don't like हमें name से कुछ मतलब नहीं है किसी के, तो हम name में क्या डालेंगे? None. And fee equals to 4,000. And if you want to check whether fee is paid or not, so fee paid is equals to true, means fee already paid. So when I print, when I print roll number, so it will show roll number. When I print name, so it will show nothing. When I type fee, it will print something. And when I type fee paid, so it will give true. So now the catch is here, why it's not giving anything when I'm typing name, because name is what data type? None data type. Name is containing none data. Okay, none value. So none value is nothing or missing value. Okay. So if a equals to none, when I type a, so nothing will print. When I will check the a value, so this is the none type. All right. So thank you everyone for giving your valuable time. Okay. Thank you. And be always happy. And okay, be always happy and try to learn, because learning is power. Learning is what? Learning is what? If I say learning, learning is power. And if you have power, what do you have? You have money. Okay. Tell me, earning comes from where? If you want good earning, earning comes from where? Earning comes from learning. Learning. Okay. When your learning will complete, you will earn the things. Okay. Learning comes from earning. All right. If you remove the L from the learning, it will become earning. Okay. Let me tell you one thing more. For example, this is what? This is N symbol. ओके, तो क्या होता है, जब इनिशियल फेज में हम काम करते हैं, दिस पर्टिकुलर एरिया इज हार्ड वर्क। तो जब हम बहुत ज़्यादा काम करते हैं, बहुत मेहनत करते हैं, लाइक हमने मेहनत इतना करा तो उसका रिजल्ट हमें इतना सा मिलता है। तो जैसे आगे चल के टाइम के साथ साथ हमारी मेहनत फिर उतनी ही होती है और हमें रिजल्ट भी उतना सा ही मिलता है। हमारी रिजल्ट मेहनत बहुत ज़्यादा होती है लेकिन रिजल्ट बहुत कम मिलता है। फिर टाइम के साथ साथ हमारी मेहनत थोड़ी थोड़ी कम होने लगती है और रिजल्ट थोड़ा सा बढ़ता है, बिल्कुल नेग्लेक्सिबल। तो हौले हौले हमारी मेहनत क्या होती है, फिर हमारी मेहनत थोड़ी और कम होने लगती है और रिजल्ट अब हमारा दुगना होना और मतलब थोड़ा सा और बढ़ने लगता है। फिर क्या होता है, एक टाइम के बाद हमारी मेहनत और कम होती है, रिजल्ट और बढ़ता है। फिर हमारी मेहनत और कम होती है और रिजल्ट और बढ़ता है। फिर मेहनत और कम होती है, रिजल्ट और बढ़ता है। फिर मेहनत और कम होती है और रिजल्ट और मिलने लग जाता है। फिर हम ना के बराबर मेहनत करते हैं और रिजल्ट हमारा बहुत बड़ा होता है। ओके, फिर हम और कम मेहनत करते हैं और रिजल्ट इतना बड़ा होता है। फिर हम इतनी सी मेहनत करते हैं ना के बराबर और इतना बड़ा रिजल्ट मिलता है। ओके, तो अगर आप यहीं पर ही रुक जाते, अगर आप यहाँ पर इस पॉइंट पर या इस पॉइंट पर रुक जाते इतने से अचीवमेंट को देखकर, तो क्या आपको इतना बड़ा रिजल्ट अचीव होता? कभी नहीं होता। क्यों नहीं होता? क्यों नहीं होता? क्योंकि आप कंसिस्टेंट नहीं रहे। क्यों? क्योंकि आपने क्या कर दिया, रूल्स फॉलो नहीं किया। तो अगर आप कंसिस्टेंट नहीं रहोगे तो क्या होगा, तो आपको इसी लेवल पे इतना इतना ही मेहनत करना पड़ेगा और रिजल्ट उसमें इतना से ही मिलेगा। तो क्या करना है, बी कंसिस्टेंट एंड रीच हियर ऑन द टॉप of the mountain. Okay, when you reach to the top of knowledge or skills, so you have good achievements, you have great achievement. Okay, so skills is what? Skills is what? Skills is nothing but money. Money is nothing but power. Okay, so this is the simple thing you have to understand. Okay, with skills you can earn. With earning you got power. Who will pay you if you don't have skills? Who will pay you? Nobody will pay you. Okay, if you can develop something for me, if you can develop software for me, then only I will pay you. If you can do nothing, then I will not pay you. So with skills money will come. Okay, with money power will come. So if you want to be powerful, so you must have what? Money. And money comes from where? Money comes from skills. All right, so thank you everyone for giving your valuable time, and I appreciate if you watch this video till here. Okay, so thank you. Bye everyone. Be happy and healthy. All right. Thank you.